How do I f/42 communicate with my mother's healthcare aide f/40s to tell her to stop treating us like we are rich money bags? In fact, we are struggling terribly in order to be able to pay her working for us about 1 year. My elderly mother has a healthcare aide with her 9 to 5 days a week. Someone else comes on the weekends. She is nice enough. She seems reasonably honest. My mother is fine with her. She has loved some aides, hated others. Getting to fine isn't easy, and she does her job pretty well. Her work is to buy groceries, do laundry, cook for my mother, do some light cleaning in the house, and help with some personal stuff, showering, toileting. My mother is mostly independent with those, but can use a bit of help. We are not rich, but we get by okay. At least we did until my mother needed so much care, and it's killing us. ********* The financial stuff is for us to figure out. Don't worry about that. This ISN apostrophe T asterisk 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 r slash finance **********. I just want to figure out how to communicate with her better. The thing with the aide is that she is often referring to how rich we must be and how we don't understand her needs, etc. She often asks if she can have things in the house, saying she doesn't see anyone using them. She seems to feel we are paying her poverty wages and kind of treating her like a slave. She does what we ask most of the time, but she definitely feels we don't pay her enough to do it. She often talks about purchases, new TVs, phones, etc. that we couldn't afford. I think the reason she thinks we are rich is that we employ her, so we must have tons of money. All bosses do. And b. my mother's house is actually worth a lot of money now, though she bought for very little 50 years ago. Plus she has some valuable heirlooms around like family silver, etc. So she does have some wealth. This creates a lot of friction, because paying this woman has pushed my own family into financial distress. Her pre-tax earnings are about 70% of what I make after tax, but it actually costs closer to 95% of what I earn to employ her because of taxes, workers' comp and unemployment insurance, and some other fringe expenses like the accountant and lawyer we have to use to make sure we are doing everything by the book, not falling afoul of the very complicated employment laws in our state. Since we do everything above board, rather than pay her in cash, she earns only a fraction of the money she is supposed to be paid because of social security, taxes, etc. We are paying her at the middle/higher end of what people in her position get in this area, and I know even that isn't that much. We are living on my husband's salary and our savings, which is dwindling. Like I said, the financial stuff is for us to figure out. I don't want to fire this woman now, because finding an even decent person I can trust somewhat has been so hard. We've been through probably a dozen people in 3 years, and paying their unemployment is also a big burden on us. We are also Jewish, and this woman doesn't have the highest opinion of Jews and their money practices. This is very common, I have found, among the healthcare aides ***TL. Doctor, my mother's home healthcare aide gives us stick a lot of the time because she sees us as rich or greedy, when in fact we are actually struggling because it costs us so much to pay her. I need to communicate to her that she needs to back off about this because it makes working with her pretty awful, and she pushes back a lot on the things we ask her to do. She's not perfect, but she's the best person we've had for a long time, and I want to hold on to her if we can. Honestly, based on the whole asking if she can have things around the house, I would probably let her go over that. That just rubs me the wrong way. Eater, I think you would be better off going through an agency, but maybe I'm a bit ignorant about all this. My husband had a home nurse for a while, but his insurance paid for it, and it wasn't for as much time as you mention. This is also a good point, and guessing op has exhausted many options already, but is there no way you, or your mom's insurance, can cover any of the aide's salary? Can you trust her though? Is your mom fully mentally competent? With an aide making financial comments like this, and asking for stuff from the house, my worry would be eventual financial fraud, probably via the mom if she's vulnerable. My aunt had a part-time help, and my aunt didn't make much money. When she fired the maid, lots of my aunt's stuff were gone. Op, get a few cameras. The purpose of home care agencies is to protect you from exactly this situation. The price per hour might be a touch more, but the agency covers all the unemployment, tax stuff, and insurance, as well as gives you options if there are issues. Plus you can get rid of the accountant and lawyer you're using for that piece. I'm a manager at a home care agency and there are so many red flags here with this caregiver. It's screaming elder abuse / fraud to me. I've had clients who left our agency to hire privately at a slightly lower rate who came back absolutely destitute after private caregivers wiped out their accounts and were signed on as legal representatives. It's absolutely atrocious, and despite doing this for 14 years now, I'm still truly blown away at how low some folks will stoop. Your fourth paragraph made my eyebrows go all the way up. It is none of her business how much money you have. My advice is to hide all the valuables, or take them out of the house altogether, and then b. hire someone else who maybe your mother doesn't like as much, but isn't anti-Semitic, and doesn't feel entitled to property that isn't this. What the actual f? Go through an agency. It might cost the same or less, and you wouldn't need the accountant or lawyer. Go through an agency. It might cost the same or less, and you wouldn't need the accountant or lawyer. This. She thinks you're rich, because only rich people do this. Oh man. This whole situation is not great. If you belong to a SHL or a JCC, have you considered asking your community for agency recs? I'm sure going through an agency and paying them a bit more than you would pay for a healthcare aide by yourself would save you a lot of money and stress on the long run with unemployment insurance and taxes and everything. If you don't have a formal Jewish community, reach out to Jewish friends or even like IDK. Hey Alma does personal classifieds, and I'm sure they would at least point you in the right direction. You need a new healthcare aide for your mother. This one is anti-Semitic. There will be more than a financial cost. She may steal shit. She may trash the house. She may tell other potential healthcare aides that you're made of money and refuse to pay better and sprinkle some overt anti-Semitism in there. And like others have said, outsource most of the work like housework and get groceries delivered. Maybe pay a neighbor kid $5 a delivery to help out it away. Lots of options. Good luck. Yes. This is ugly, and it isn't going to get better. Stuff is going to start to go missing, and she'll say your mother gave it to her etc. No one needs a bigot scoping out their house and their mom with dollar signs in their eyes. Got through an agency. When you do sack her, do not do a 2-week notice thing, or whatever. That will give her the chance to sneak things she wants out of the house. Get the keys back the moment you tell her she's fired. Even before that though, I think some nanny cams are a good idea. She may seem above board, but is slimmy behind the scenes. We are also Jewish, and this woman doesn't have the highest opinion of Jews and their money practices. There's the issue. She's anti-Semitic. Anti-Semites are convinced that Jews are rich money bags. I'm Jewish myself and do alright financially, and I get this constantly. I would make sure she hasn't nicked anything already. It might be stereotypical, but she's already using stereotypes, so I think you can too. Then just tell her the truth. You're not rich. She's getting 95% of your salary. She also sucks. She's treating you like rich money bags because she's anti-Semitic. Bigots see what they want to see. She does not sound like a trustworthy employee to me, especially as a caregiver to a vulnerable adult. Please take care. This. She's shown enough red flags. Go through an agency and check references. You sound like a fair and diligent employer, and you're trying to help your mother live independently and with dignity. Anti-Semitic attitudes like that should not be brushed aside or awarded with continued steady paychecks. Look, you really need to find someone else. Someone with a grudge against you and a low opinion of Jews is not trustworthy. This is not what a home health worker should be like, and I'm really concerned for your mom. If this is the best you can get, I feel really sorry for you that our home care system is so fucking broken that you can't just fire her and find someone else. This is stupid. We need to do better. Did you hire her through an agency? I don't want to fire this woman now, because finding an even decent person I can trust somewhat has been so hard. There is not a shadow of a doubt in my mind that she will steal from your mother, assuming she hasn't been doing so already. and being Jewish myself, I would never willingly tolerate an antisemite in my home. It's insane to me that a professional *anything* would think it was appropriate to remark on something like that. I understand it's a difficult situation, but she needs to go. Now. Just tell her what you said here the next time she makes a comment. Also, Op needs to start hiding the heirlooms. Find someone new. A lot of students who are in nursing school or wanting to go to nursing school might be helpful. No students. The care for our elderly is challenging, and unsupported students should not do this job. Yeah. My grandma had an aide who treated her well but also thought she/us were rich. One day, after years of working for us, she stole grandma's valuables and ran off. Left us in the lurch for finding immediate replacement care. This is all highly unprofessional of her. She should not be making comments on anything to do with money. That isn't a formal negotiation of her wages. If she has a grievance with them, saying/asking to have items from the home is ridiculous. You need to tell this woman that she isn't a friend, she is an employee, and she should stay within the bounds of what she is hired to do. You may find a sited living facility works better for you and likely costs about the same. When an employee is aggrieved, feels undercompensated, believes that employer is wealthy and uncaring, the employee could become secretly malevolent or a thief. I'm not saying all people are like that, but some people cling to their grievance, build up a sense of injustice. Dude, fire the aide. For the racism alone, your mother should get the VI best care from a home health aide regardless of their personal, religious or other beliefs or ideals, including political or hot topic ideas and thoughts. The worker should come in, be respectful, professional and do their job. Then after making sure everything is done and everyone is happy, leave. Nothing more. Nothing less. She's taking care of your mother. You say she needs help in the bathroom with a few things. If this woman has a low opinion 9f Jewish people or her job, or how you're paying her, how is that translating into the care she's giving? Is she actually cleaning, or just pushing dust under the rug? Is she actually caring for your mother properly, or is she just doing the bare minimum? I'm also not even going to touch the absolutely disgusting comments made about her wanting items in your house, which makes me think she's already stolen from you. Get someone else. If she can't be professional and respectful in a healthcare worker position, she doesn't need the employment you provide. Tell her that you and yours are barely keeping afford, and you may need to cut her hours to keep her services. That will send a message that you are not rich. Have you reached out to any local agencies that might be able to provide services or assistance? Maybe a local senior center has info on resources that you might be able to take advantage of. This woman will stop asking and will soon start taking. She will claim that your mother told her that it was okay if you ever find out or question it, or she will play dumb. Maybe your mother got confused and threw that away. You described so many levels of unprofessionalism. Even without the antisemitism, feeling brazen enough to ask you for your things is beyond unprofessional. So is making overt comments about you two being moneybags. Fire her immediately and find someone else. I stopped everything after reading how this miserable cow is an antisemite. Why are you employing an antisemite? Who gives a res **** about the rest? Not only has she been beyond unprofessional, she also ***hates you for your cultural heritag***. Do you really want a shitty bigot that has announced to you what a shitty bigot they are? Especially considering she has openly asked to have heirlooms. I can guarantee that she's planning to steal something and would not at all be surprised if she's stolen already. You need to find another one. What she is doing is high inappropriate and you need to report her. I feel that the fact she's so judgmental about your money, which isn't any of her business or concern, is always asking to keep things around your house, which is way out of line and shows she may have intentions to steal things, and how she doesn't have a high opinion of Jews' money practices, which frankly just sounds anti-Semitic, means she isn't trustworthy or a good aide. For your mom. For my grandfather, we go through insurance and have family take care of him, and the insurance decides how much they get paid based on the area, how much they're responsible for, the condition of the person they are taking care of, and what they need help with, etc. I believe there are also non-insurance companies that do this too, so if there's a family member that needs work that she's be comfortable with, that's an option. My advice is to get a new health aide as soon as possible, hide valuables and things she tends to ask about, install a camera to ensure she isn't stealing from you guys whilst you're looking for a new aide. I would be firing her on the spot. You are not paying for someone to push into your financial affairs, talk down to you, insult you and use passive aggressive microaggressions on you in your own fucking house. She can do her fucking job, which is caring for your mother, and speak to you and your mother with respect, or you're much better off hiring a different carer. This is ridiculous. If you're already paying her in the top 1/3 of what caretakers make, maybe you need to look into a service rather than an individual. You may find better care there. Also do a deep dive into what Social Security / Medicare your state has to offer. Assuming you're in THUS, many states have programs to help with this. As a former home care aide, let her go as soon as possible. It's extremely inappropriate and immorally fucked up to ask for items. I had a client share recipes and an expired cake. That felt wrong to take. Care companies often explicitly forbid gifts for the purpose of avoiding theft claims. She should know better.